Hello friends, today I will discuss the derivation of RMS value for sine wave. So here is the DC current which is a constant irrespective of the time like this. Similarly, there is a sine current whose peak value is Im and which will have the time period of capital T like this. It will have the positive half cycle and similarly it will have the negative half cycle. Let us assume a voltage capital V DC voltage and the resistor is capital R, and then the current that flows here is capital I. Then and let us assume the current flowing in this circuit is capital T time. Similarly, let us assume the same resistance value here also and connect the AC voltage V like this, and let us say current flowing is small I like this, and let us say this current is allowed in this circuit for a time period called capital T. Means for both the circuits the current flowing time is capital T, and if the power loss in this circuit, that is energy loss or energy in this resistor and in this resistor is same, then this DC current we call as RMS value of this AC current. And let us see the derivation for this. So when this current flows here, the energy is given by I square R into capital T is equal. So when it comes to here, so it is a AC current, so whose value changes with respect to time. So to get that value, so then we integrate from 0 to t like this, that is I of t whole square into dt. Then if you look at this are going to get cancelled, and from this we can write I square is equal to 1 by t integral 0 to t I of t square into dt. Then I is equal to IRMS is equal to under root 1 by t integral 0 to t I of t whole square into dt. And this I of t we can say it is a general function and it can be applied for any waveform. Now let me apply this formula to the sine wave whose peak value is Vm like this. Let me say V of theta is equal to Vm sine theta, and let us square it, V of theta whole square, then we get Vm sine theta whole square. Then we can say Vm square into sine square theta, and that sine square theta we can write as 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. And then we can write V of theta whole square is equal to Vm square by 2 into 1 minus cos 2 theta. And from this we can write V is equal to Vrms is equal to root 1 by 2 pi integral 0 to 2 pi V of theta square d theta. So because we have already simplified this V square V of theta whole square, we substitute that here. So that is first we write Vm sine theta whole square, that is we get Vm square sine theta sine square theta. Then once we substitute that value, then we get here Vm square by 2 1 minus cos 2 theta d theta. Then we can further simplify like this, Vm square by 4 pi integral 0 to 2 pi into 1 minus cos 2 theta d theta. Then once we integrate this, integral 1 means it is theta, so Vm square by 4 pi into theta 0 to 2 pi minus sine theta by 2 . Then here the sine 4 pi will become 0 and this sine 0 becomes 0, then this second term will become 0. So what all we get here is, so for this theta 2 pi minus 0 that we get, so ultimately we end up with the root of Vm square by 4 pi into 2 pi. And once we simplify this, then we get Vm by root 2. This is the Vrms value of the sine wave. Suppose we want to find the average value for any waveform, then the equation will become like this. Suppose we have a sinusoidal voltage whose peak value is Im, then we can write the average value of this as I average is equal to 1 by T integral 0 to T I of t dt. And this becomes a general equation. And remember, for symmetrical alternating waveforms, for full cycle, average value becomes 0. That is, this area and this value area will become or equal, but with the opposite sign, so they become 0. So for such waveforms, so we have to take the average value for only half cycle, that is for this 1 by 2 into t, that is t by 2. So that is what we have written here. For symmetrical alternating waveforms, average value should be calculated for a half cycle only. So then, there are terms called form factor and peak factor. Form factor is defined as RMS value divided by average value, whereas peak factor is defined as peak value divided by RMS value. So this form factor is used for deriving the transformer induced EMF equation, where the voltage that flows there or the current that flows there is AC current. So for the AC current or AC voltage, the form factor will be 1.11. So that 1.11 we use there to get the transformer induced voltage per phase. Similarly, if you know the form factor and average value, then we can calculate the RMS value of that given waveform. Similarly, peak factor. Peak factor is nothing but peak value or crest value or maximum value divided by RMS value. So this is also used when the peak factor is known and RMS value is known, and to know the peak value we can use this formula. So let us calculate average value for the sine wave voltage with the peak value called Vm like this. So this is the waveform. So we can write equation for this. V of theta is equal to Vm sine theta. So for this, to calculate the V average, first of all, whether it is a symmetrical waveform alternating or not, that we have to decide. Yes, this is a AC voltage waveform and it has the positive value and it has the negative value. Both are symmetric in nature. So for this type of waveforms, we have to take average value only for half period. That is only for here if you see the waveform, and this is the pi and this is the 2 pi. So we have to take only up to pi. That is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to pi V of theta d theta. And we know what is V of theta, that is Vm sin theta. And once we integrate it, then we get minus cos theta and 0 to pi Vm by pi. Then we get Vm by pi cos theta 0 to, we'll change the limits to observe this negative sign. Then once we simplify that, we get Vm by pi into cos 0 minus cos pi. So then Vm by pi into 1 minus of minus 1, then we get 2 Vm by pi. This is the average value of the sine wave. So to derive this easily, means if you know this standard integral 0 to pi sine theta d theta is equal to 2, then this equation can be solved faster. Suppose we have a waveform like this. V omega t is equal to 10 plus 200 sine omega t minus 30 plus 100 cos omega t minus 50 sine omega t plus 60 degrees. Then to calculate the RMS value of this voltage waveform, so we can write the formula like this: root of DC value square, that is constant value square, that is 10 square, plus 200 square divided by 2, then plus 100 square divided by 2, plus 50 square by 2, then taking the root, then we get 162.327 volts. So if you observe here, for waveforms, we square their peak values and we divide them with 2, whereas for DC value we just square the value like this. Let us take another problem for calculating the RMS value. So let us see, we have the waveform like this and we want to know what is the RMS value of this. If you look at this waveform, we have the positive peak called V, capital V, and we have the negative peak minus V, and this and this are symmetric in nature. So now to calculate the VRMS value for this, we write the equation like this: root of 1 by t integral 0 to t v of theta whole square into dt. This is the general form, and here we know what is this v of theta. That is nothing but v, maximum value is v square into d theta, like this. Then and this way v is varying from 0 to 2 pi like this. So up to pi it is positive, whereas here it will become from pi to 2 pi it become minus v. So when you take the equation, when we write the equation, we get like this. And this v square, so we can take this waveform like this, is root of 1 by 2 pi integral 0 to pi. So positive value is v, so v square d theta plus pi to 2 pi, that is minus v whole square into d theta. So once this minus v becomes whole square, means it will also become v square. So this v square and this v square is going to be common, so they will come out like this: v square by 2 pi. So then we have the integral d theta, means we get here theta, and the limits are 0 to pi. And similarly here we have the again theta, so here the limits are pi to 2 pi. Once we simplify this, we get pi minus 0 plus 2 pi minus pi. Then this pi and this pi going to get cancelled, we get 2 pi like this, and this 2 pi and this 2 pi also going to get cancelled, and root of v square will become capital V. This is the RMS value for this waveform. So let me take the another problem. If the peak value of sine wave is 25 volts, find the RMS value. B, peak to peak value. C, average value. D, peak factor. E, form factor. So we know from the derivation that for a sine wave, VRMS is nothing but Vm by root 2, and here the peak value is given as 25 divided with root 2, then we get the VRMS value of the sine wave as 17.68 volts. And coming to the peak to peak value, so this is minus Vm, this is the positive Vm. So the total height is nothing but Vm minus of minus Vm, means it will become 2 Vm. So we write peak to peak value of sine wave is 2 into 25 volts, so that is we get 50 volts. Similarly, V average we get 2 Vm by pi. So that is Vm is nothing but 25 volts and divided by pi, so that is nothing but 50 by pi, so that is equal to 15.9 volts. Then peak factor is nothing but peak value divided by RMS value. What is peak value? It is given as 25, and RMS value just now calculated, that is 17.68, so we get 1.414. So this factor depends upon the type of waveform. It does not depend upon the what is the peak value. It depends purely on the shape of the waveform. So for sine wave it is always 1.414. Similarly, form factor is nothing but RMS value divided by average value. RMS value we know that is 17.68 and average value is 15.9. So once we simplify this, we get 1.11. So this is also waveform dependent. It does not depend upon the what is the maximum value of the waveform. So for sine wave, form factor is always 1.11.